looking from outside, everything seems so easy. Like, yeah, this can be done, that can be done. Whatever is in my mind, I will just animate it. But it's not until when you actually start doing things when you realize, things are much more complicated than just that. Good evening, welcome back to the Dead Khud. This is 3rd May 2023, 6:56 p.m. and I am extremely tired. I am tired beyond words can describe. I haven't done any significant progress on the project. I've been working on it the whole day. I don't even know where to start from. In the morning, Alex on story, Master the Walk Cycle is a beautiful tutorial. You should watch it if you... Okay, by the way, animation is difficult. It is difficult. Like, I got a real face-to-face today with the whole process of animating. And inside Blender, you have certain tools that you can use, the NLA strip and the action editor and stuff. But there's just so many variables to take into account with a simple humanoid rig that is just, it fries your mind up. And that's exactly what has happened with me today. So in the morning, I was watching this tutorial, and trust me, it is easier seen than done. When you're watching the tutorial, like, contact pose, passing pose, adding a bit of that drag and, playing with that graph editor. You try doing it yourself, you realize, oh my god, life is so difficult. So one problem I'm facing, which is affecting viewport performance, is that my D drive, which is the main working drive, is only 256 GB and is getting full very fast, which is why viewport performance suffering. Basically, I spent a lot of time cleaning up the disks and everything today. And I later realized that the method that I very proudly said yesterday, right? Optimization is my favorite. All that jazz that I made in yesterday's video. Turns out that for characters, it is actually detrimental to optimization by doing that methodology. You shouldn't do it. Because what happens is, if you want to do it, what you can do is you can first rigify the human generator mesh and rig everything and then do that entire process. But even then, when you try to use the proxy, it lags a lot. Like, you cannot select bones. It is very, very laggy. So like a big chunk of my day today, I spent trying to figure out why it is lagging so much, because everything else was just flying like it does, because my system is very strong. The graphic card is pretty strong. So it's like, why is viewport performance so bad? Because I had just shut the characters collection and then I was trying to instance it on a plane. That is what was causing the lag. So conclusion of the story, just use the main mesh for characters. You can use it very well for like trees, like things which is supposed to be scattered in your scene. Definitely use it for that in viewport, but not for character meshes. Not recommended. Although I saw one video by P2 Design, which is exactly what I needed. Right, for characters, you can just use this particular video.
Characters rig, no matter how.
And what he does here is, in order to optimize the rig, he creates a proxy, like a mesh of the entire character. And then instead of adding an armature modifier, what he does is he takes all the deforming bones in the armature and parents it directly to the parts of the mesh instead of the whole mesh. And then you somehow, I don't know how, but you somehow replace it with the final mesh. So just to improve your viewport performance. This is what you should be doing, not what I told yesterday. That's not the way to go, at least for character meshes. Having said that, here's the conclusion. I just went away. Equip with this knowledge starting from scratch. No worries, that's something one needs to be fine with. Started from scratch again. Small things I've learned inside Blender timeline. If you press Ctrl T, you can switch from seconds to frames to seconds plus frames. And when working with NLA strips and multiple actions, always keep the root on a separate strip throughout. Can't have it being a part of individual actions. So I made a ton of actions today, starting with the walk cycle, right? I spent a lot of time making the walk cycle, but you see what is happening here. I am not very sure. Okay, then you see there was one sitting on chair, but again it's all messed up because I tried to use it in other actions, and because of the overlap, I don't know what happened. Like, there is just a root here. I have literally no idea why I've overwritten some of these. Walking towards kitchen, this torso moving here. It is a real mess at this point. Like, I don't even know what. And then what I thought is, instead of having to get the character walk from here to here, I will just switch the camera over here. So if you see at the bottom here, Yeah, at the bottom you see I've added markers, and then with the camera you want to be bound to the marker. You just say Control B, so it binds that camera. So it's like a cut from here, wide cam to close up cam, which is this camera here, and then over here we just cut to the pantry, and you see how weirdly she's walking from here to here. And then from here, this is the camera, and in this perspective I just want her to walk her inside and then continue from there. So moral of the story is, because animation is so repetitive and so difficult, and I haven't even worked on the other characters as of now, you want to just chart down your camera angles and try to work on only the things that will actually show in the final render, instead of trying to do everything. And the bigger problem here is the fact that I'm supposed to work on a lot of other work for the full-time job as well, which is getting very stressful, because there is literally a very strong bandwidth crunch in the team. That is something that I have to deal with now. Opened a few random projects, made a few random exports and sent it as well. But all in all, I am pretty tired right now, so I just want to shut everything down and go to the gym, and hope that if when I come back home or tomorrow morning, I can start afresh on this project and have a better understanding of, because I've played around with the NLA and the action editor now to know what not to do, which is important, right? Because looking from outside, everything seems so easy, like, yeah, this can be done, that can be done, whatever is in my mind I will just animate it. But it's not until when you actually start doing things when you realize things are much more complicated than just that. On that note, I would like to end today's session. Thank you so much for being in the khud. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.